Stop for a moment. Before you move on, before you close this, before you tell yourself that this is just another video, listen carefully. Something inside you is tired, and you don't even know how to explain it anymore. You have tried being strong. You have tried being patient. You have tried believing that things will eventually make sense. But right now, your heart feels heavy, and your mind feels restless. You may not say it out loud, but you feel like you have reached a point where you are asking yourself questions you never thought you would ask. Why am I still here? Why is this taking so long? Why do I feel empty even after praying? Why does it feel like everyone else is moving forward while I am standing still? I want you to know something very important right now. You are not weak for feeling this way. You are not failing because you are tired. You are not forgotten because things have not changed yet. I see you exactly where you are. I see the thoughts you hide. I see the fears you don't share. I see the hope you are trying not to lose. You didn't arrive at this moment by accident. You didn't click on this message randomly. Even if you tell yourself that you are just passing time, your heart knows the truth. You are here because you need reassurance. Not noise, not advice, not judgment. You need to know that someone understands what you are carrying. You have been carrying more than you were meant to. Responsibilities that drained you. Expectations that crushed you. Silence that became too loud. You learned how to smile while feeling broken inside. You learned how to keep going even when stopping felt easier. You learned how to survive when what you really wanted was to feel alive again. There were moments when you asked for help, but it didn't come the way you expected. Moments when you trusted, and things still fell apart. Moments when you did everything right, yet nothing seemed to work. Those moments left marks on your heart. You don't talk about them, but they shaped you. Sometimes you wonder if your prayers even matter anymore. Sometimes you feel like you are repeating the same words, hoping for a different result. Sometimes you feel guilty for doubting, and sometimes you feel numb because hoping hurts too much. Listen to me carefully. Your honesty does not push me away. Your doubts do not offend me. Your pain does not scare me. I am not fragile. I am not distant. I am not disappointed in you. I know the nights when sleep doesn't come easily. I know the mornings when getting out of bed feels like a battle. I know the moments when your chest feels tight for no clear reason. I know the tears that fall quietly so no one else will notice. You keep telling yourself that others have it worse, that you should be grateful, that you should not feel this way. But pain does not disappear just because you minimize it. Hurt does not heal just because you ignore it. And I am not asking you to pretend anymore. I want you to bring your real self here, not the strong version, not the version that has everything together. The real one, the one that feels confused, the one that feels disappointed, the one that is scared of hoping again. You think that because you feel uncertain, you are losing your way. But sometimes uncertainty is the doorway to something new. Sometimes confusion is the beginning of clarity. Sometimes breaking is how light finally gets in. You have been trying to control outcomes because you are afraid of being hurt again. You have been guarding your heart because trusting cost you before. You have been careful because disappointment taught you to be. But living guarded has also made you tired. Let me tell you something you may not realize yet. You are stronger than you think, not because you never fell, but because you kept standing up. You are wiser than you feel, not because you have all the answers, but because you learned from pain. You are still here, and that matters more than you know. There is a reason you are in this season. even if you don't understand it, even if you don't like it, even if you wish it would end. This season is not here to destroy you. It is here to shape you in ways comfort never could. You have been asking for change, but sometimes change begins internally before it appears externally. You have been asking for doors to open, but sometimes preparation comes before opportunity. You have been asking for clarity, but sometimes clarity comes step by step, not all at once. You may feel like nothing is happening, but that is not true. Something is happening inside you. Your endurance is growing. Your discernment is sharpening. Your heart is learning what truly matters. Even in silence, there is movement. I know you feel like time is running out, like you should be further along by now, like you missed something important. But your life is not a race against others. Your path is not measured by someone else's progress. What is meant for you will not pass you by. You don't need to become someone else to be worthy of what is coming. You don't need to fix yourself to be loved. You don't need to have it all figured out to move forward. You just need to keep showing up, even when it feels messy. I know there are moments when you feel invisible, when your efforts go unnoticed, when your kindness is taken for granted, when your loyalty costs you. But nothing you give with a sincere heart is ever wasted. Every moment you chose patience over anger mattered. Every moment you chose honesty over comfort mattered. Every moment you chose to keep going instead of giving up mattered. Even when no one applauded, even when no one said thank you. You may not see the full picture yet, but that does not mean there is no purpose. You may not feel strong right now, but that does not mean strength is absent. You may feel uncertain, but that does not mean you are lost. I want you to stay with these words. Don't rush away. Don't tell yourself this is not for you. If you are still listening, it is because something in you recognizes truth when it hears it. You are allowed to rest without quitting. You are allowed to pause without failing. You are allowed to feel without being ashamed. You are allowed to hope again, even if your hope feels fragile. There are things you survived that should have broken you, but they didn't. There are moments you thought you wouldn't get through, but you did. There were days you felt completely alone, yet you are still here. That is not luck. That is resilience forming quietly inside you. I know you sometimes feel like you are carrying your life alone, like no one truly understands what it costs you to keep going, like if you stop for even a moment, everything might fall apart. But you don't have to carry everything at once. You are allowed to release what is too heavy. You are allowed to let go of expectations that suffocate you. You are allowed to step back from what drains you. Protecting your peace is not selfish. It is necessary. You don't have to prove your worth by exhausting yourself. You don't have to earn rest by suffering. You don't have to justify your pain for it to be valid. Right now, I want you to breathe slowly. Let your shoulders relax. Let your jaw unclench. Let your thoughts settle for just a moment. You are safe in this moment. You may not have answers yet, but you are not without direction. You may not see the outcome yet, but you are not without purpose. You may not feel peace yet, but peace is not far from you. There is more ahead than what is behind you. There is growth happening even if you cannot measure it. There is meaning forming even if it feels unclear. You have not been forgotten. You have not been overlooked. You have not been abandoned in your waiting. If you are still listening, I want you to know this. This message is not here to entertain you. It is here to strengthen you, to remind you of who you are when doubt tries to redefine you. And this is only the beginning. What comes next will speak to the part of you that feels unsure about the future, the part of you that wonders if things will ever truly change, the part of you that needs direction, not just comfort. Do not leave yet. What is coming next is meant to prepare you for what lies ahead. You stayed. That already tells a story about you. Most people walk away when things require patience. Most people leave when answers are not instant. But you are still here, listening, searching, waiting. That means something inside you has not given up, even if you feel tired of trying. Now, I want you to listen differently. Not with fear, not with doubt, but with openness. Because what you need now is not motivation. It is alignment. Your life is not falling apart. It is being realigned. You have been measuring your life by visible results, but there is a deeper work happening beneath the surface. Just because you cannot see growth does not mean growth is not taking place. Some of the most important changes happen quietly, internally, without applause or recognition. You have been asking why certain doors closed, why certain people left, why certain plans failed. But what if those endings were protection? What if those losses were redirection? What if what felt like rejection was actually rescue? You could not become who you are meant to be by staying where you were comfortable. You could not carry what is coming into your life with the version of you that existed before. Something had to shift. Something had to be released. Something had to change. And yes, change hurts when you don't understand it. Growth feels like loss before it feels like freedom. Becoming feels like confusion before it feels like clarity. You have outgrown places that once felt safe. You have outgrown patterns that once felt familiar. You have outgrown relationships that could not meet you where you are going. And outgrowing hurts because it feels like you are losing parts of yourself. But you are not losing yourself. You are meeting yourself. You are meeting the version of you that no longer survives on validation. The version of you that no longer depends on approval. The version of you that no longer shrinks to make others comfortable. This is why things feel unstable, because you are no longer meant to stand on old foundations. You have been asking for peace, but peace cannot live where you constantly betray yourself. You have been asking for clarity, but clarity comes when you stop ignoring what your spirit has been telling you. You have been asking for direction, but direction requires courage to move when it feels uncertain. I know you are afraid of making the wrong choice, afraid of repeating the past, afraid of trusting again, afraid of being disappointed. But staying stuck is also a choice, and it costs more than you realize. You do not need to know every step. You only need to be willing to take the next one. Progress is not loud. It does not always feel powerful. Sometimes progress feels like choosing yourself quietly when no one else notices. You have spent so much time being available to everyone else that you forgot how to be present with yourself. You learned how to listen to others' needs before your own. You learned how to give without asking if you had enough left. And now you feel empty, not because you gave too much love, but because you forgot to include yourself in it. This season is teaching you boundaries, not walls. Discernment, not isolation. Strength, not hardness. You are learning that not everything deserves access to you. Not every voice deserves influence. Not every demand deserves compliance. Protecting your energy is not selfish. It is wisdom. You have confused patience with endurance of harm. You have confused loyalty with self-neglect. You have confused kindness with silence. And now you are learning that love does not require self-destruction. You are allowed to say no. You are allowed to walk away. You are allowed to change your mind. You are allowed to choose peace over familiarity. Some people will not understand the version of you that is emerging. They will prefer the version of you that was easier to control, easier to predict, easier to benefit from. Let them misunderstand. You are not here to be consumed. You are here to live. You do not need permission to grow. The discomfort you feel right now is not a sign that something is wrong. It is a sign that something is being born. And birth is never painless, but it always leads to life. You are learning to trust your inner knowing again. That quiet voice you ignored for so long because you were taught to doubt yourself. That voice was never your enemy. It was trying to protect you. Now is the time to listen. Not every opportunity is meant for you. Not every open door leads to peace. Not every relationship is aligned with your future. Choose what nourishes you, not what drains you. Choose what brings clarity, not confusion. Choose what allows you to breathe, not what keeps you anxious. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not running out of time. Your timeline is not broken. It is personal. Everything you went through sharpened you. Even the pain that felt unnecessary. Even the delays that felt cruel. Even the waiting that felt endless. They refined your discernment. They deepened your empathy. They strengthened your resilience. You can feel compassion without carrying other people's burdens. You can love without losing yourself. You can care without being consumed. You are allowed to want more peace, more depth, more honesty, more alignment. Settling is not humility. Sometimes it is fear disguised as patience. And you were not created to shrink your life to fit places you have outgrown. The future you are afraid of is not waiting to punish you. It is waiting to meet you when you are ready to stand fully in who you are becoming. You will not recognize yourself one day, and that will be a good thing, because the version of you that is emerging knows how to rest without guilt, knows how to speak without fear, knows how to walk away without hatred, knows how to stay without losing dignity. You are learning to trust the process, not because it is easy, but because resistance has exhausted you. Let go of the idea that everything must make sense right now. Some understanding comes later. Some answers arrive only after you move forward. You are not required to carry yesterday into tomorrow. You are not required to keep explaining yourself. You are not required to stay where your soul feels small. This is your permission to release what no longer fits, to honor what you have survived, to respect who you are becoming. If fear shows up, let it. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is movement despite it. If doubt whispers, acknowledge it. Doubt is not failure. It is an invitation to choose trust consciously. You are not starting over from nothing. You are starting over with experience, wisdom, and strength. There will be moments ahead where you will look back and realize that this exact season changed everything. Not because it was easy, but because it taught you who you are without the noise. You are capable of more than you have allowed yourself to believe, not in a loud, forceful way, but in a steady, grounded, unshakable way. Stay present, stay honest, stay open. You are not walking alone, even when it feels quiet, even when it feels slow, even when it feels uncertain. The path will reveal itself as you walk it, and one day you will thank yourself for not leaving early.